Hey, what is going on, everybody? So I made a video earlier today, getting ready to close up the shop, but I made a video today specifically because I wanted to kind of go over this tank with you guys. Now, this is a customer that we've had for years now, and we go there once every month, once every 6 weeks. It's a big aquarium. So Tommy of Technicians was making repairs to the tanks just recently, and he made an observation when he was there. He noticed that some of the fish that the customer got recently from a third party had some cyst on them. It looks like there's a parasite in the aquarium. So being that we service the aquarium, we're going to go ahead and deal with that. And I'm going to go through how we deal with dealing with fish disease in an existing aquarium. Thank God we were just there, and we were able to spot that. Making the improvements to the tank, we were able to spot that. But I'm gonna go over everything in the video right now, so check it out, and then let me know down in the comments what you guys think. And yeah, just anytime you guys like to add, chime in. I'd love to hear it. All right, so here we are at the customer's tank, and beautiful tank. Love the setup. A couple of things here we're gonna talk about. We have some type of fish disease here. You can see the Valentini puffer eye was a little bit cloudy. There's also, I've noticed, some of the fish scraping, rubbing against the rock, which is a clear sign of some type of irritant. Mainly this brass right there keeps brushing against the rock. Yeah, if you look at the Valentini, his eye's cloudy. The fish are really well fed in this aquarium, and they are well taken care of for the most part, so they're all fat and healthy. But there's definitely some type of irritant in here, something that we don't want it to get out of hand. And if we look at the monos, as big as they are, we can start to notice that there's pieces missing right there on the sides. Scales are raised and things like that. Show clear marks of some type of parasite. And it's just the beginning. This is just the beginning of that. We have the Antheus right there. But the blue hippo tank, you can really start to see if I can get him to stay still. You'll start to notice some white spot on him. If we can get it close enough. There's some white spot on him. And like I said, he's in pretty good shape. You can see right there. He's in pretty good shape. He's a big, fat, healthy fish. Beautiful fish. But that will slowly start to take its toll on the blue hippo tank. And he'll slowly start to be, become lethargic and start getting frustrated and lose weight and end up succumbing eventually. Puffers look good for the most part, although I do notice some white spots on them too. Cute little fish. Hogfish is an absolute beast. So let's see if we can see the spot. Yep, you can see the spot right there on the blue hippo tank right there. So definitely have some type of fish disease in here. We're going to do a large water change today. Yeah, monos are showing. It's easy to see the disease on monos because they have the scales, and you can see just really easy to show up on them. Their scales get raised real quickly. But we have the beginnings of something here. Alright, so by getting eyes on the tank right now and seeing the fish, we know that there's some type of issue, some type of parasite that's on there, that's on the fish. So with that being known now it's time to kind of our plan of action here and what we do to treat fish disease. Now, I don't think it's this fish disease is something as strong as like a marine velvet or something like that, or something that's extremely lethal. Short term. Long term, it could have rippling effects and could really cause a dip in the fish's health. Now, let me be clear, these fish did not come from us. It did not come from Technicians. This was a third-party seller that where these fish came from. We sell only quarantine fish, and this is exactly why, because we don't want to have our customers have issues like this. But we don't carry a lot of these fish. We're a small shop. We don't have a lot of room, especially for bigger fish like that. So it had to come from a third party. With that being said, we're going to do our job far as a service company and do our best to get these fish cleared and medicated and increase our chances of that tank being healthy and happy. All right, so we're running hose right now. We're going to do a very, very big water change, probably close to 40, maybe 50% water change. This tank needs it. We're here, I think, once every month, maybe once every 6 weeks, I believe. something like that. I don't know, I got so many jobs I can't remember. But yeah, we're gonna do a big water change, and then we're gonna get set up here, a good, nice deep clean to this tank, because it's got a lot of bio load in it, and we want to make sure that we get all that nitrates and phosphates down and keep those fish happy and healthy as possible. And we're going to do that by dosing hydrogen peroxide 3% to the aquarium, and that should in turn help kill whatever parasite and disease that is in this tank. This is a long process that we're going to be doing, so I'm going to get the doser all hooked up and get the hydrogen peroxide all set up, and I'll show you guys the next step. All right, so we got the hydrogen peroxide dosing there, so that's good. We're gonna take care of that disease. We're gonna knock out whatever disease is in this aquarium. The other thing is, we also want to add a lot more different types of coral in this tank. So you got your Kenya trees, you got your gorgonias and things like that. A leather coral right there. But these corals are great for keeping the tank filtered, especially with such a big bio load. But they're kind of just like weeds. They grow like weeds. So we want something a little bit more attractive. So we added an anemone, 2 of them, actually 3 of them. So they're doing good, but we'd like to add some more types of corals. The problem is the corals just haven't been doing well, and you can see this toadstool leather right here is not looking happy. So we're gonna do something. We're gonna switch up a bit. You can see the rocks. These rocks are like, this tank's been up for a long time. These rocks are definitely cured. This is not a new tank. You see the sand bed, like this is a well-established tank. And there's like a little stingray over here to the side. But we're going to start also dosing kelp wasser to this tank, because there's a lot of livestock in here, there's a lot of fish waste, there's a lot of organic material in here. It's gonna lower the pH of the tank, and we're gonna add some kelp wasser to raise the pH, hopefully get some coralline algae growth on the rocks, and then by raising the pH, hopefully we can start keeping other styles of corals and not just the soft corals. And it would also add, because right now it's not dosing any calcium, alkalinity, magnesium, nothing. It'll also add that calcium and alkalinity environment to where things like this toadstool will thrive a lot better. And then also, I think we'll probably start to see less Kenya tree, and which is okay by me. I love these clownfish and how they interact with the anemone. And as soon as we put this anemone in, they went straight for it. But even the clowns have a bit of stuff on them also, so we gotta be mindful of that. Yellow tangs look good. They look healthy. Now, believe it or not, even with the bio load in this tank, the sand is really, really clean. I just kind of did a bit of a gravel vac. It's really clean, and that is because this guy right there, the stingray, does an amazing job kicking up the sand and keeping it turned over and keeping all these little particles and such into the water columns where they can be filtered out. So, you know, that works really well. But yeah, the sand is really, really clean. But we're doing a water change now. I scrubbed the rocks, did gravel vac, and we got all this stuff into the water column, and we're gonna do that water change to get as much of those organics out as we possibly can. And I'll probably stir up the sand as we go along, get more stuff into the water column so we can get it out through the water change also. And like I said, I was scrubbing and blowing out detritus within the rocks, and that's why the water is looking very particly and cloudy. The more we stir it up, the better it will be, the more stuff we can get out of the tank through the water change and through the filtration. And on this tank, we just recently installed one of the roller mats, so it's really doing a great job. As soon as that stuff gets in, boom, it gets out. That's awesome. I love these things. So that's good for us to have on this tank. And then the protein skimmer's cranking, and then we also doubled up on the refugium, got this up and going, 2 lights on it, 2 Tunzi refugium lights. And it's such a big sump, there's so much you can do with it. But we got that chaeto, yeah, I think it's chaeto growing in there, and that's going to give us even more filtration and help us have even more balanced aquarium. So we're getting to the point where I'm gonna probably stop, probably take it down to there. Fish are a bit stressed out, but this is a much needed water change. And I'm pretty confident that we caught this parasite early. So by dosing the hydrogen peroxide in the tank, we're going to knock it out and hopefully interrupt that life cycle. So basically how it works is the blue hippo tang has a bunch of cysts on it. The parasite goes through its life cycle. They eat on the fish, suck all the good stuff out of it, fall down on the rocks and the sand or whatever, go through the little life cycle, and they go up. And as they're trying to float around to find a new host, they're vulnerable, and bam, that's when the hydrogen peroxide gets them, prevents them from molting, and prevents them, basically, when a shrimp goes to molt, if it can't molt, it will die. It's basically how the hydrogen peroxide works. So it prevents the parasite from being able to reproduce and grow. And hopefully, as they shed the whatever parasite that's on them, the hydrogen peroxide will kill it. And I think after like 90 days or something like that, we should be able to get off the hydrogen peroxide. Obviously, if you don't add any more fish to the tank. Other than that, like I said, we made some major changes to this tank, major upgrades. As far as filtration, we have, the filter mat, good protein skimmer that's going. We added the refugium. We got the dosing going on. We got the kelp wasser. I set up kelp wasser. So we're going to raise the pH because there's so much fish in this tank, such a big bio load that water's got to be getting a low pH. It's got to be getting acidic because of all the organics that are breaking down in it. So adding the refugium will help with the pH. Boom, keep it up. The kelp wasser is going to help keep that pH up. And I would not be surprised next time we come here, we start to see the signs of coralline algae, which is going to make all the coral much happier and make the fish happy as well. But there is currently no coralline algae, so we're going to document this right now. No coralline algae anywhere in the tank. Hopefully next time we come, there will be. This is the other tank that we're servicing today, this little Red Sea desktop aquarium. And this one just started putting the first corals in there. Got 2 hammer corals right there, got an anemone, which that makes me very nervous. But you can see the rock is starting to get a little bit of brown-green on it. Got a rock flower there. It's a floating scape. This is custom made by Tommy of Tanknicians. We're going to go ahead and do about a 20% water change on this today. But yeah, we're gonna do a water change on this one also today. So stay tuned if you want to see how this tank turns out. I'm excited. Once this puffer's out of here, I want to get a bunch of little fish in here and really design this in a cool way. We are good here on this tank. Everything good. Water change, good cleaning the filtration, got the doser going. It's a good day. Hopefully next time we come and check on these fish, they look disease-free and we start to see some coralline algae. All right, so there we go. That tank is a lot of work. Every time I'm there, it's a big job, but I think we're headed in the right direction. We're making improvements to the aquarium. It's an older system. It's been up for a while. It's a mature aquarium, but this is like the first. I'm really excited to see what's going to end up developing with this tank. I think the steps that we're taking we're going to be able to take the aquarium to the next level, and I'm excited to go back in a month or whatever it is to see if there's any changes, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted. So if you want to see that, if you're interested in that, stay tuned. I've had a long day. I'm done. I'll see you guys in the next one.